Typically, the model for conservation is you have environmental activism, where you get people building movements and campaigns to pressure governments for the correct policies to protect these areas, or you have land trusts that are going to buy private lands. What has been missing for the public lands and unceded First Nations lands is an organization that's going to help to fund communities in ways that are needed, especially in these communities that help to determine whether there can be protected areas or not. So the Nature-Based Solutions Foundation fills an absolutely vital niche.
So in Canada, the most important funding gap that we have seen is a lack of funding specifically for land-embedded communities to support them with developing sustainable economic alternatives. So conservation financing is an extremely effective tool for achieving protection for nature and for supporting the economic prosperity of communities. Protecting nature has shown to render huge economic benefits by supporting diverse, resilient, and more sustainable economies. So examples of that include tourism, recreation industries, clean energy, non-timber forest products like wild mushrooms and berries, sustainable seafood, and so much more. So under the conservation financing model, nature is worth more standing than it is destroyed.
All across Canada, you have some of the most amazing ecosystems, from semi-arid grasslands to old-growth temperate rainforest, southern deciduous forest. These are the ecosystems where most people live and where most industry are. The Nature-Based Solutions Foundation was created to fill key funding gaps, working with land-embedded communities, which include First Nations, but also, say, in the grasslands of the prairies, ranchers, different woodlot owners across the country.
We can't talk about protecting ecosystems without also working with these communities who for generations have been closely linked politically, culturally, and economically to the public lands near and around their homes.
We lived with an economy for more than 8,000 years. We always lived in harmony and a relationship with our land, and the land always gave us enough of a surplus of meats, fruits, vegetables, tools, clothing, that we're able to have an economy. The foundation offers us an incredible resource in people well knowledgeable about biodiversity and things that work and some things that don't. We're basically managing our watersheds from the hip, but by working collaboratively, we can ensure that mistakes are minimized and future benefits are maximized.
When I looked at this specific organization, it was obvious that this is the best team, had the most reasonable approach, and obviously had the vision for what action needs to be done.
It can't just be politicians that we're expecting to make these changes. Private industry and people in business need to come forward and show that this is an important part of how they see their role in our society. We have to find and reach people in a way that they're able to see that and see how they can get involved and how they can invest in the intrinsic value that healthy ecosystems offer to everybody. And the more avenues there are for these people to get involved and to make a difference and to invest their part of it, the easier it'll be to create the sort of momentum that's needed to do this on a large scale.